Unfortunately, 2 days isn't enough to tell you everything about the Zodiacs.
If you've ever experienced a well-executed example of a particular genre, it can set a high standard that makes it difficult to appreciate other attempts. Transitioning from something you consider S tier to a B or C can be genuinely frustrating, and the quest to consistently meet your standards can be challenging. However, when it does happen, the feeling is indescribably cathartic. I personally encountered this sensation when playing Astral Ascent, the action roguelike developed by Hibernian Workshop. Having played the full 1.0 release before it left early access, it became undeniably clear that this project is impeccably well designed. Astral Ascent follows multiple playable characters as they strive to escape from a seemingly naturalistic prison known as the Garden by defeating various enemies, including the 12 Zodiac Guardians. That's the basic premise, but it's supported by a vast array of supplemental content. The hub area contains several characters with continually updated dialogue that changes depending on your chosen character, providing brief glimpses of characterization for themselves and the protagonists. These instances of new dialogue prevent the familiar roguelike cycle and systems from becoming monotonous. It's worth noting that while the narrative and characters don't reach the heights of the game, they don't detract from the overall experience. They're more like side dishes that could have been more developed, but are adequate as they are. Moreover, there's a surprising amount of genuinely great voice acting with well-fitted casting and emotive performances.
Oh, you. What a surprise. Do you remember me?
Indeed, young Octave.
The heart of the game is its gameplay, which is deceptively simple. The combat actions are straightforward, with limited room for standard combo variation. However, this simplicity is not a drawback, thanks to the sublime feel of movement and accompanying mechanics. If you have a history with action games, even a few minutes of playing Astral Ascent will reveal how polished the controls are. It's important to note that judging a game's combat based on first impressions is not always accurate, but when a game's combat truly stands out, it immediately clicks. In the case of Astral Ascent, the positive first impressions remained intact over the hours I spent playing it. As mentioned earlier, Astral Ascent offers multiple playable characters, each with distinct control schemes and unique weapon choices. This gives each character inherent distinctions apart from their characterizations. Movement and attacks are responsive, with minimal input lag, emphasizing the importance of speed in overall progression. The game doesn't take enemy mobility lightly, requiring players to have environmental awareness and a solid grasp of telegraph avoidance. The latter is effectively communicated through transparent red flashes indicating the direction of incoming attacks, but this is just a baseline. In the later stages, especially when facing tougher enemies in groups, you'll need to rely more on your ability to react quickly rather than solely on the red telegraphs. The boss battles are a different story altogether. The Zodiacs and other bosses offer no quarter. Each of these encounters is fantastically designed for the same reasons as the common foes, but taken to a higher level. Moreover, the ability to dodge in the midst of combos adds a constant sense of risk versus reward that only pays off if you have a solid understanding of the boss's attack patterns. The combination of movement, combat, and boss design easily places Astral Ascent at the pinnacle of action roguelikes, a remarkable feat given the genre's abundance. While the combat involves more than just standard physical and ranged combos, with spells playing a crucial role in enhancing your abilities, it can be overwhelming initially due to the frequency of spells and the numerous slots and powers available. For a while you can get by without paying much attention to the gambits you acquire and using whatever you get. However, eventually it becomes essential to read the fine print to maximize your potential. In terms of exploration, each outing involves navigating a series of rooms, each containing collectibles and enemies. These areas are primarily linear, with player freedom primarily stemming from the choice of which type of room to explore next. The upcoming room's difficulty level and rewards are clearly communicated before entering, which adds to the game's transparency. The rewards you can earn include spell upgrades, keys for treasure chests, and currency, the latter of which can be used not only for gambits but also for stat boosts. Shop checkpoints are conveniently provided before boss battles, and special challenges become available after defeating certain Zodiac members. Each run in an area strikes a good balance and doesn't overstay its welcome. The hub area offers various resources through friendly NPCs, including new cosmetics, carryover stat increases, and a skill tree that can be explored as your overall progress improves. Once you become accustomed to exploration, combat, and skill acquisition, the simplicity of the game's many systems comes together seamlessly. Astral Ascent ticks all the right boxes for a must-play action roguelike experience. The character progression, boss design, and addictive replayability combine to deliver a highly polished and rewarding package. While the story elements and characterizations may not fully live up to their potential, the voice acting partially compensates for this. Ultimately, the gameplay in Astral Ascent stands out as some of the best in the market, offering brilliant responsiveness and speed that all action lovers should prioritize. Noisy Pixel is giving Astral Ascent a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and thanks to our Patreon subscribers for helping keep our independent operation going. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers working hard to give you the latest news, previews, reviews, and more. Go to patreon.com/noisypixel for details on how you can help, and like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with our future content.
Noisy Pixel.